Hello boys and girls, this is Revit Magic and Tricks. In this tutorial we are gonna talk about plugin for Revit called Dynamo. In this first tutorial we will get to know what is a Dynamo and what its interface is like. At the first, we must know what is a visual programming. In the dynamobim.org, we have a simple explanation for that. Here we have a textual instruction how to create some paper crane. Here we have the step 1. Start with a square piece of paper colored side up, fold in half and open. Then fold in half the other way. Second step. Turn the paper over to the white side. Fold the paper in half. Crease well and open. Then fold again in another direction. Step 3 and so on. This is a textual instruction, and that is very difficult to understand what we must to do. The second instruction is a visual instruction for that, and you can see if you are an architect or engineer, for you this way is the easiest way to create a paper crane. You can see we have the same instructions with the same steps, but here we can see the visual what we must to do. If I go further, you can see here we have the textual instruction how to create some circle. Here I have my point equal that is a point by coordinates. We have a x, y and z coordinate. I don't see that, but I know that this is a x, this is a y and this is a z coordinate, and I set all of that 3 to 0. Here I have a x, it's gonna be a 5.6, y it's gonna be 11.5, and then I have a tractor point that is a point by coordinates, and also I can see, but I know that for the point by coordinates I must have a free input, and that is a x, y and z. And then I have my point, distance to, and where to a tractor point or here. And then I want to create a circle by the center point radius. How to create that? I don't see that, but I know for that I must have a 2 input. I must have the center of that circle and the radius of that circle, and that is the center of the circle, it's gonna be my point, or that is this point, and radius I'm gonna take the number of distance or this distance for that point. Okay, that is maybe good for software developer. For us this is very confusing. I love if I see how to create that, and the Dynamo is create that for us. This is the same instruction for all of this. Okay, here maybe is shorter, but this is simple for understanding. We have here point by coordinate 0, 0, 0. I have here point by coordinates, but I can see that I must have a free inputs, and I put for input x, I put the number 5.6, and this is a 5.6. For y I put 11.5 and here is 11.5. If I don't like this number, I have this number slider. Just slide this and you can choose some another number for that. And here we have a 0 for Z, that is by default, and here we have the 0. Here we have the point by coordinates, that is this my point, and we have here a point by coordinates with 2 inputs, only with x and y, and we set that to 0, and you can see here we have all of this to 0. Then we have the point distance to, we have here the node geometry distance to, and we can see that for that node we must have these 2 inputs, and for the geometry we choose this point, and for other we choose this point. And here you can see a tractor point that is this x, y and 0. And we want to create a circle. We have the node for create the circle by center point radius, and for that we must have 2 inputs, center of the point and the radius. And for that I choose this point and this number for the radius to create the circle. If you are an architect or engineer, you definitely like this way to create some script. Maybe you like this, I don't know, but I like this definitely. Okay, go to Dynamo to see how it's look. If I go here to the Revit, and here to the architectural tab, that is by default. If you have the Revit 2070 and the latest, you install the Dynamo with the Revit. Just go here to the Manage tab, and here on the right we have the Visual Programming group, and there we have a Dynamo and Dynamo Player. What is a Dynamo Player? I will gonna talk about in some of the another tutorials, and now just run the Dynamo. What you must understand, the Dynamo for Revit is run through the Revit, so we must have the open project in the Revit to start the Dynamo, or if the Dynamo crash, also our Revit will be crashed. Here we have the files, new for the new script, custom node for our custom script, how to create that we're gonna talk about in some another video. Here we have the recent, if we have some scripts, backup if Dynamo crash or something like that. Here we have the ask or discussion forum and Dynamo website if you have some question to another developer in the Dynamo. Here we have the reference, video tutorials by default of the Dynamo and something like that. Here we have the codes for send issue or something like that, and we have the samples of some Dynamo scripts. Now we just go here to the new. Okay, this is a Dynamo interface. We have on the left side the library with this search bar, and then we have this folder. In all of this folder we have another folder, and then we have these nodes. The node is a one simple script or one syntax in textual scripting. Here we have the add-ons, and here we have all the packages what we download and install to our Dynamo. You must understand that Dynamo is an open source software. That means all of users can create own script or own node and put to the network, and we can download that element or that package. Here down on the left side we have automatic to set to automatic or manually what we want, how to Dynamo start the script. If we go to the manually, when we click the run, then Dynamo will be start the script, and if we go here to the automatic, the Dynamo will be automatically start script all around. This is okay for some simple script, but if we have some large script, you must choose the manual. Okay, here on the right side you have these two elements. This is a enable background 3D preview navigation. If I click here, now if I click to the right click on the mouse, I can orbit this 3D world or zoom out with scroll or something like that. And this is enable graph view navigation for the nodes or for the scripts. If I choose some node, something like this, now you can see I scroll in that world, in the script world, and if I click here, now you can see I can orbit, or now I am in the 3D world. Where is my geometry? And you can see here we have a zoom to fit, zoom out, zoom in, and so on. Here we have the export background preview as image, something like print screen. If we want to print screen that geometry to our customer or our colleagues. Okay, here we have the file, edit, view, something like we have in all of softwares. And here we have the packages. If I go here to the search for a package, now I can have this search bar and I can search all the packages for the Dynamo who creates some another Dynamo developer. And if I click download that, the Dynamo is automatically installed that package, and that package is gonna be here. And you can see we have some more nodes for the Dynamo. Also you can see we have the publish new package. If you are the developer, you can create some package with some different scripts and maybe publish that on the network for another users. And here we have the settings, we have the number, format, and we have the render precision. This is maybe best for working. And here we have a geometry scaling. That is a very important. So what is that? We have a 4 geometry working range. If I click here to the small, you can see use this working range to model in values that fall between 0.000,001 to 100 units. Here the medium 0.0001 to 10,000 units, large to 0.01 to 1 million units, and extra large is a 1 to 100 million units. What is the units in the Dynamo? Because we run the Dynamo through the Revit, what unit we choose here to the project, that unit is gonna be in the Dynamo. And here, if you are create some very small, here we have in the medium 0.0001 millimeters to 10,000 millimeters. And here we have from 0.01 millimeter to 1 million millimeters, and so on. Okay, for the last, some simple explanation. If I go here and type maybe a line, You can see now the Dynamo it's gonna take all of the nodes which have the line in the name or working with some lines. If I go here with the mouse, you can see create a straight line between two input points, and we have this green input and output for that node. We have two inputs, one is a start point and that is a point, and end point and that is also point, and we have the output for that node, it's gonna be a line. If I click here, you can see for that node we must have two inputs and we're gonna take one output, or that is a line. For this we must have a point. Now just go here or just right click here on the empty space and type point. And you can see here we have a point by coordinates. If I click here, you can see now we have 3 inputs and 1 output. These inputs are double or the number, and default value is 0. And now you can see here we have that point here. 0, y and z axis is default by 0, and that is a start of our coordinate system. If I want to set this, just right click here and type the number. And I set this to maybe 2.5, I don't know, and just click here, and you can see now we have this chain. Just go here and join this output through this input, and you can see now our point is gonna move to x-axis for 2.5 units. If I choose this same number for this input, now you can see we have a 2.5 in the x and the 2.5 in the y. And just go here and set that it's gonna be a start point for our line. Then select this, go to Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, go here and click this point to endpoint. Now we have the error. Why is that? We want to create the line, but we set the 2 points on the same place, and the Dynamo can't create the line with 2 points in the same place. If I just go here and set this to maybe 6, now you can see that is our second point. If I go here to number, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and set that for maybe 10 in the z-axis and set this, now you can see, go here, click or go to the Ctrl+B shortcut, and now I can orbit that, and you can see we create our first line in the Dynamo. Okay, that's all for this first tutorial. If you like videos I make, please subscribe my channel. It means a lot to me to making videos like this. Go to the Facebook and Instagram page, follow that. If you have some question, please be free to write below, and see you next time with some another tutorials.